Hi, guys. Leanne Holitza here at the Healing Studio. I hope you all are doing well. I am going to be doing our weekly Oracle check in with our Yantra deck, and I'm going to use the Secret Language of Light. Okay, this one, Transmissions for the Soul. Okay, so that'll be our personal cards. If you type me please in the comments, I will get you a card. If you have typed me please in advance, I will come up to you towards the end as I'm interacting with everybody who's live. So Terry and Colin, hi, Sunshine Flutterbutt. I see you guys. You guys are there. So you're there live, so I'll get to you in just a minute as far as getting readings going. So you can type me please to get your cards. Couple things. If you are new to my channel and you subscribe and you hit the bell button, it will tell you when I go live. Sometimes I go live just to give you a little energy tip. And then you guys come on and say me please, which is totally fine because that's what I've trained you to do. But just know that sometimes I'm not doing readings. I'm sometimes just talking a little bit about the energy. So just kind of Sundays are typically the day I'll do readings. But I do go live to interact with you if you want to say other things about the energies or that kind of thing, or ask any questions. Feel free. So, all right. This month is almost over. So we'll probably end this reading at the end with a September reading. So stay till the end if you want to see what September is going to bring us. We just had a really interesting Light Council transmission this just Saturday. Next weekend we're doing the guides, so we've got quite a few chances to kind of get information from the teams. So if you want to join me, there's a live version and a virtual version option. So, okay, let's see what the week brings. All right, impeccability upside down. We're off track, you guys, or at least we feel like we're off track. We really never can get off track, but we're feeling off track. We're feeling like we're not walking the path of our life that we want to starting the beginning of this week. Now, this is just, this is a forecast. This is just kind of like what the weather's like energetically. So just give yourself a little space. All right, your helper card for the week. Ooh, don't worry about money this week. Interesting. Okay, freedom and being unlimited. This card to me, when it comes, often is like let go of the material worries. Like go into that root chakra, tell it it's fine, and then move on from there. And don't give yourself a lot of focus on material worry. Okay, the being unlimited is like I can do this. I don't know how sometimes, but I'm going to make it work. Okay. Now this week for the end of the week where we're headed is practice sideways. So this may feel like the path is starting to come into alignment, but we're still not necessarily practicing the things we want. We're not doing the preservation work we could be doing. So just giving yourself a chance to just notice that by the end of the week, you might be working on creating some more structure in your life that helps hold in what you care about most. Okay. Maybe a new exercise routine or, something like that. All right. So this is going to be your first card. If you're watching later, thanks for watching later. If you're watching live, hi, everybody. Just type me, please, in the comments, and I will get to you in the order that I see them. Sometimes it's a little weird and wonky, but this is your first card. So tune in. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So whether you're watching live or watching later, pick a number. Okay. If you picked 1, grounding is the name of the game. Okay. So this makes sense when it comes to putting ourselves on track and feeling in alignment and working on that practice that the Yantra deck told us about. Really grounding deep into yourself way above yourself all the way down in, really just feeling yourself being fully here. A lot of times people will use going outside and being barefoot as a way to ground, or, just putting your feet, in some water and just kind of feeling that. So just give yourself a time to do that every single day. If you picked the 2, you picked soul love. Now soul love is talking to me about being in touch with, you can kind of see the lights are similar in these cards. This is saying basically that you are working on really anchoring into what it means to be an unconditional loving spirit. One of the things the Light Council gave us was they brought to us this they called it the technology of love, and they anchored it into us and said, this is something, it's a vibration, it's a frequency to work from. That's what this is. Soul love, love yourself, love that you're here because you came to be here. Now, if you picked 3, you got joy. Woohoo. So that's just pretty easy. There's a little Merkaba in there, which is what our higher self mastery class is going to be about next week. So we're just allowing ourselves to be in abundance with our own container of joy. So you remember the practicing, that's what this one is saying, is you're going to make a container for your own joy for life. Okay. All right, let's do it. Lots of you guys out there today. Hi, everybody. I hope you are doing well. All right, Terry and Colin, you made it to the top of the live list. Let's go. Terry, you're going to be working with your soul family. Okay, so this is like going beyond who your family is in this lifetime, and going to the people who your soul just knows. Oh, that is of my person. I really appreciate that person in my life, and just kind of acknowledging that there is a lot more people in your life giving you love than just your original family, and that's great. Lean into that. Okay. All right. Colin, you're going to want to work on soul writing. Okay. So this is literally like sit down with a journal and just write some stuff down. Give yourself some messages around what it is that you are working on internally. So on a soul level, creativity, what wants to come through you, pen to paper. Okay. Even if it's just once this week. All right. Sunshine, Flutterbut, and Travis. Okay, Sunshine, you got divine animals. Now, this means work with your spirit animal. Actually, the Light Council did this too. Yesterday, they were bringing in like the essence of what is an animal and how can you embody kind of its spirit and how it moves through the world. Giving yourself a new animal every day if you like, but just really feeling like living from that essence. Travis, you got 2 cards. You got wellness and you got soul journey. Okay. So what these 2 cards coming together is saying is your journey is about being healthy in a body, about feeling good in yourself. And it's a journey. It's a path. It's not an XYZ kind of thing. It's more of like, you're going to go, you have all ingredients, and sometimes you're well in this way, and sometimes you're well in that way, and sometimes you're not well at all. And you're just working on getting to know yourself. It's not a criticism of how you're taking care of yourself. Okay. All right, Clara. There is only light. Okay, now this message is basically saying, like, even when things feel dark, it's like it isn't as dark as it feels, because what makes the darkness or makes the shadow is the light reflecting onto a spot where there's a little bit of a block. So just whatever feels hard, whatever feels heavy, turn to the light, turn to the lesson, turn to the contrast. Okay, why that might be coming into your life right now. What's it trying to teach you? All right, Eli and Zoe. Eli, focus. Okay, so this week is a good week for you to draw on some upper guidance. Give yourself some true like attention about what you decide to do every day. Try not to get too distracted. Just really stay into the thing that you say you're going to stay into. Zoe, you're going to work with your inner voice. Now, here's the thing about the inner voice, you guys. We can be really harsh to ourselves with our tone. We can say, I love you, right? And that's not a nice tone. It's nice words, but it's not a nice tone. But we can say to ourselves, I love you. And that changes it up, doesn't it? So just pay attention to how you're talking to yourself internally. Use that gentle, kind voice on yourself and see where it gets you. Okay, Susan, Steve, and BB. Susan, you got some manifestation energies trying to come through. Okay. So new ways of working with your manifestation, even like, how do you even do it? I'm rewriting a book a workbook I wrote, but I'm turning it into more of a book that's called The Abundance Frequency. And one of the ways that we do the alignment is we just first kind of ground ourselves into, acknowledging what is, and then we accept it, and then we align with it. And then we act on what we say we want. Okay, so those 4 steps. So see where you are with acceptance and acknowledgement, because those are kind of the first things to do. Steve, you're healing. All right, and it doesn't always have to be about healing the body. It can be about healing something bigger, karmic healing, karmic lessons. deciding I'm not going to do this forever. I'm going to let this change me, and then I'm going to be changed and move forward. Okay. BB, you're getting into alignment. Okay. So this is helping you understand the bigger picture. See those beautiful little angel wings, and the swords are cutting all the cords for you, saying you are here for that journey that you come to have, and that journey is unique and special. And as you embrace it, and you know it's just you, right? It's just you. You don't know any different because you never experienced anything but yourself, and that's awesome. All right, Heidi M, you're going to want to work with meditation. Okay. So upper frequency meditations, not necessarily though, getting out of your body, you guys. Sometimes that's misleading, or spiritual work is like, take a psychedelic trip and get out there. Sometimes it's about getting in there. And that's really what the messages have been lately, is get in with meditation. Okay. Janelle and Donnie. Janelle, you have Vesica Pisces. Okay, so this is really about single connections when I get this card. Okay, that's what it typically means, focusing on the people right in front of you, knowing that you're going to make an impact on them, and then they're going to go make an impact on somebody else, and so on and so forth. So just give yourself some good connections this week. Make sure your network is good. Ooh, that makes my ears itch. So something else that's about who you're listening to. Okay. A little mini reading there here. All right, Donnie, you're going to work on wellness. Second time we've seen this card, you guys. I want you to just kind of focus on that image, that flower of life back there. This is coming from heart wellness, heart coherence. Your thoughts dictate how you feel in your body. A lot of times when you're thinking positive about your life, your body feels good too. When you're feeling harsh and heavy, that's when it feels hard. So get in there, feel excited. Diane S., you are working on transformation. So zoom out, okay? Let things change. And sometimes they change in a way you don't even know. Like, it's okay. You don't have to be paying attention or micromanaging the change. Things can just change in an instant, and it's not necessarily bad. You don't have to even know. Sometimes it's just allow. Okay. Exploring fish. You're working with manifestation too. So remember what I told Susan. Go ahead and acknowledge and accept what is before you go on to create what you want next. But then go manifest. Go manifest what's yours to manifest. That's the cool thing about our little energies, is we are here to get what we want. And what we want often is driven by our soul desire. Okay, Christy and Lisa. Christy, you're bringing third time's the charm for the manifestation. Woohoo. I'm very excited about that. Can you tell? All right, let's see. I'm going to pull the book out here and just see what this author has to say a little bit about it. Some contemplations. Okay, so this deck has like a meditation. It has some inspired actions and journal work you can do. I'm going to just read the journal work for just a second here, you guys. Writing a list of desired things does not bring them to you. This is just a way to start focusing on what is wanted rather than what you think is missing or undesirable. Draw or write out 7 things you want in your life. Write in the present tense as if you already have what you want. Don't think about how it will come or about how you might need to be bringing it into your life. This will only limit your options. Your desires may be mental, spiritual, financial, social, physical, or concerned with a career or relationship. Remember that card at the beginning said the helper card was don't focus on money this week, okay? Focus on experience, okay? All right, Lisa. You are the universe, okay? So everything is coming through you, funneling through you. You are the center of your own universe. That is okay. I know we get taught sometimes that that's selfish, but sometimes self-focus is the name of the game first, okay? All right. Miranda, you popped in on one of my other live ones I was talking about, which you could have stayed. I would have given you a little bit of a hint about what was blocking you. Thanks for interacting. Okay, nothing has gone wrong for you, okay? So this week is a good week to just go, you know what? This isn't always comfortable. It's kind of crunchy sometimes, but it's not. It's okay. This is here. I'm going to accept it, and I'm going to work with what I've got, okay? So working with what you got. Feel reassured. Nothing has gone wrong. Okay? Robin, Austin, Chris. Robin, divine feminine energies for you. This is the we, be energy, okay? So doing things to connect with your community, being just peaceful, go out and sit in the night sky, that kind of stuff, okay? Focusing on the feminine flow runs up the front of the body. So focusing on the front of yourself this week. Okay, Austin, you got light beings. So this is a good time to listen to your guides, listen to your channels, listen to anything that you kind of are drawn to listen to that goes outside of you, that doesn't have the heaviness of the advice of the human, more of the advice of the light. Okay, whatever source you like to tune into, this would be the week to do that. Chris, 4th time's a charm on the manifestation. So that's going to be a focus for us, you guys, this week. That's no doubt. That is coming and coming. So let me pull up a little more words for us to work with. Okay. You will attract what you give your focus to. Yeah, that's so true. So if you're focused on what you don't want, guess what? You get more of that. So be careful what you focus on. Okay. Kimberly P. and Juan Carlos. Kimberly, there is only light. Second time we've seen this one. This one's basically saying, same thing as nothing's gone wrong. There's only light coming. That's what creates the shadows. See the shadows behind me? That's because there's light shining and I'm blocking the light. And if I wanted to unblock it, I could move out of the way. But there's only light that's making everything go. All right? Don't have to be afraid of the darkness. Juan Carlos, second time we've seen you are the universe. Okay, so this is okay for you to be the center of attention this week for yourself, to focus on what you want, to know that you're the only one who lives behind those eyes. You're the only one who knows what you've experienced in this lifetime. Give yourself a chance to just really align with your truth, your own truth, nobody else's. Anita, 3rd time's charm for the wellness card. So I'll be pulling this one up for us to read a little bit here, you guys. So 24 and 25. All right, here it is. Ready? Tune into your body. Go ahead and everybody do this with me right now. Place a hand on your heart. All right. And remember I said that flower of life image is really important. That's what this says. Ask the flower of life image for inspiration towards new ways to create your body and your life. Close your eyes, slow your breathing, and sense your body. Moving into alignment with wellness this week. Woohoo. All right. Thanks for bringing that one, 3rd time's charm. Elizabeth R., you are working with variance. Now, this card basically says to you, you know what? Things are going to be crunchy. There's somebody's going to do something you don't like. That is the name of the game sometimes, and we are just here for it to be in alignment with differences. And sometimes differences stress us out, but you don't have to be, you don't have to be upset about it. We're not meant to be homogenous. Okay. That does tell me, though, that you're probably going to get irritated by something this week, just so you know. Janice B. and Josh. Janice, you got create space, okay? Clean out clutter, get outside, stretch your body, feel yourself in actual space, okay? Give yourself that energy of like, I have lots of room to be me this week, okay? Josh, you're bringing wellness up for us again. So 4th time for the wellness. I'll bring the book up a little. Okay, everybody, back to that little flower of life image, okay? Feel into your body. Okay, and do this, you guys. Imagine that flower of life literally going through your body and just like cleansing you. This is a good little practice you can do just for yourself, your own little energy healing, okay? All right. Sherry, you also want to work on the divine feminine, okay? So really focusing on the we, the community, being connected to the people who really make your heart sing, that kind of thing, okay? Nice. Tanya, your focus for the week is going to be creating space. So clean out your closets, but also get out there and just kind of feel into the space around you, all the good stuff there, okay? Nice spaciousness. Arms length around you in all directions, you guys, is how big your auras are when they're healthy, okay? National Geographic, you're going to want to work on some channeling this week. So creative projects, letting things get birthed through you. If you've been feeling like something wants to come through, it probably is going to be a good week to do that. Again, without the focus of money, because money is going to just bog you down. You don't do it through more of like a creative process, as if it could be however it needs to be. Okay, Max, you're going to work this week with your divine masculine energy. Okay, now divine masculine is singular. It's self. It's me. It also has a destructive quality, not in a bad way. Think cleaning off the garden from the weeds so that you can plant some good seeds. So giving yourself some chance to really focus on me, and see what that brings you for the week, okay? All right, if you're still hanging out with me, thank you, by the way. I am going to do September reading in just a minute here, but I'm going to go down the list of, so stick with me if you guys will, please, so you can hear about September, but I'm going to go down some of the list at the beginning. I'm going to go backwards. So Melissa and Shannon. Melissa, you've got expansion. Okay, so this week is a good week for you to expand your understanding, your awareness, your intuition, see the bigger picture, see what comes up there. Shannon, you're going to want to work on your singular relationships and partnerships. Okay. So make sure to give yourself that energy that says, every contact, every interaction matters. And I want to make sure that I get that energy, kind of flowing in a positive way. Okay. All right, Lisa C., you're going to want to work with Soul Song. This is the other thing you want to stick around for, you guys, is if we get third time's a charm out of these cards too. Okay, so sing, hum. Humming has been a really big thing right now for energy changes. Sending that hum around in your body, just kind of feeling your soul alive in that sound, okay? Lori E., ask your soul. Sit down with your heart, put your hand on your heart, and ask for what you need. Your soul probably has the answers, okay? Kelly, did I miss mine? I'll be probably up there in the beginning. I don't know. I don't see you there, but I see you there now, so I'm assuming you want one for you and Matthew, so cool. And Shanek, I will get to you as well. Okay, Kelly, you got insight. Okay, so this week is a good week for you to have some inspiration. Have your little pen and pencil close, okay? So that you can write down when the spark comes so you don't forget it, okay? All right, and then Matthew's going to want to work with light beings, okay? So this means however he hears spirit beyond the physical body, good connection to be going and talking to that spirit and listening to the inspiration kind of beyond the human stuckness, okay? All right, Shoshanak for, third time's a charm for the Vesica Pisces. This means it's for all of us, you guys. All right, so, and it's 26. We got 24, 25, and 26 today. That's kind of funny. All right, we're going in an order here. So here it says, basically creating soul truth in the world. Your outside world feels more real than your inner world because we've been encouraged to focus more on what's outside of us. We've learned to give things that can be seen by others and touched by us more important than what they feel. Making decisions becomes difficult when our awareness is focused away from our inner needs and wants. So like I said, I also get this to being that makes sense to focus on your primary relationships, the single relationships that you're creating and that are creating ripples in your life. Okay? All right, in about 3 minutes, I'm going to do September. So hang out. I'm going to do a couple more of these me pleases on the top here. Bella Luna, you have authentic truth. So really be in your own truth with things. Don't be what other people want you to be. Be yourself, especially in the time of getting yourself aligned with, all of these important changes that are happening. We want to do this in alignment. Okay. Okay. Heidi, I already got you. Aaron T., you're going with transformation. Okay. So get aware that things are changing. You don't even have to know what. You're just going to give yourself a chance to just say, I'm going to see what's changed. I'm going to allow what change to come in. I'm going to be more flexible. Okay. Okay. Humble warrior Joel, you've got soul journey or soul family. This is basically saying the people that you feel like are your family, that you feel the most connected to. Don't worry about the actual family of origin. Sometimes that's not who's there to focus with, right? Okay, Hannah and Sierra. Hannah, you got the soul tree, which is basically saying you're going to really anchor into yourself. No matter where you are or what you're doing, you got yourself. You're your home, okay? That's what you're going to be wanting to focus on. Sierra, you're going to want to work on soul love. Okay. So really loving yourself, loving your inner truth. The more you love yourself, the more available you are to other people. Okay, Jenny V, you've got divine masculine. Second time we've seen that one. So divine feminine and masculine are kind of floating around. So give yourself some time to focus on yourself. That's what divine masculine is me. Also means sometimes cutting things out, trimming, that kind of stuff. All right. Hello, Bear. Cynthia, you got alignment. Okay, so you're just going to work with really staying in alignment with your highest truth and your highest frequency. Start off that way in the morning, maybe. All right, Courtney, seriously wonderful. You got soul tree. So that's going to really ground you into saying, the tree sees from one point of view. It never goes anywhere, but where it is planted, that's really how your consciousness is. You're in there, planted in your body. No matter where your body goes, you are the one seeing from those eyeballs. Okay. All right, Stephanie R. You've got meditation. So a good week to focus on that. And that's pretty straightforward. Get in there, get in the body, focus on getting in, not out. Okay. Nicole Hansen, you've got divine masculine, 3rd time's a charm. Let me read you guys a little bit about this. All right. It says the light that supports desires and inspires action. Okay. This says everything has its purpose. You will not always understand what the purpose is. However, if it's someone's creation, that is to be respected. If you don't like it, let it be inspiration to create something more aligned with your soul purpose. Okay, so masculine energy, us, with wellness. Okay, all right. I've got one more at the top of this list, and so then then I'll do September. So Denise, 3rd time's a charm for meditation. You guys, everybody get on some meditation program this week. Give yourself time to align. It's just one of those things. I mean, we should be doing anyway, but love and master your emotions. It is time to begin or resume a meditation practice. Gently reflect how far you've come. Emotional mastery means choosing to be in charge of your life by adjusting your emotions, ideas, and intellect to something that feels easier and softer. Okay. So here's what we did. Oh, and yes, seriously wonderful. I just got you. Eat 100 foods. Get you real quick. Authentic truth for you, really focusing on yourself and what it means to be you. All right, here's what the week's focuses are for 3rd time's a charm. Divine masculine energy combined with the Vesica Pisces energy, which is, really working on the internal single. It's the single manifestation. Focus on wellness and especially that flower of life. Got some manifestation energies working out for us with some meditation. Okay, that's our week, everybody. All right, let's go ahead and get our September reading, and then I will send you on your amazing way. All right, thanks for hanging. Here we go. Let's see what September's going to bring. September's going to roll in, with a little life being awake in this dream. What this means is that there might be drama, but that doesn't have to suck you up. It doesn't have to whisk you away. The drama, you can ground in it, especially if you follow what the advice is for this week. Ground, center, be ready. Your helper card for the month. Remember my advice about acknowledging and then accepting. Now there's this card when it comes sideways like this is saying, okay, accept what's there, but don't then just roll over and say, well, that's what's there. No, if you don't like it, do something and align with what is so that you go, okay, it's there. And then act some way to get it better aligned. Okay. This is like I have a rock in my shoe and I'm going to keep walking with this rock in my shoe rather than stop. Nope. Stop. Acknowledge the rock. Take the rock out of your shoe. Okay. All right. And then by the end of the month, you're going to have a little blocked intuition. You're going to have a little bit hard time hearing yourself, but it's sideways. So it's also saying if you focus on yourself and you get in your heart coherence where you just really sink into letting your heart have the voice, you're going to be able to align with what you want to be hearing from your intuition. Okay. All right. That's September. I am very grateful for all of you and your time with me. Thank you for coming. I will be back next week. And like I said, sometimes I'm popping online live just to have an energy chat. So if you see me in the week and it's not Sunday, I might not do the me please cards, but I will chat with you if you want to talk about how the energy is feeling. So just kind of look out for that. Hit subscribe and the bell button if you want to know when that happens. All right, you guys, go be amazing. See you later.